Indefatigable. This is a fancy word for tireless. If you are bent on achieving your goals and you are determined, you are keen on doing something, you keep working hard and energetically, and you don't want to give up at any cost, despite difficulties. If you work like that, somebody will describe you as indefatigable. You have a lot of energy and willpower and determination. If you have an indefatigable employee in your company, you are lucky. This word is based on Latin fatigere, to make you tired. I guess you know the meaning of the word fatigue, very great tiredness, exhaustion. When you keep working constantly for a long time, you may suffer from mental or physical fatigue. Well, both these words need to be pronounced very carefully. Fatigue, indefatigable. If you watch all my videos in this series, you are an indefatigable learner. And if I continue working like this, I am an indefatigable teacher and content creator. I hope this video helps you. Thank you very much. Consummate. He is a consummate actor. She is a consummate artist. Consummate here means perfect, skilled, talented, masterly, virtuoso, basically complete in every way. As an adjective here, it is spoken as consummate. If someone asks you how is life, you can say, I live a life of consummate happiness. She performed the operation with consummate skill. This word is often used to emphasize a negative quality. For example, he is a consummate liar, or his failure is due to his consummate lack of sincerity or dedication. When it is a verb, it is spoken as consummate. If two people consummate a marriage or relationship, they make it complete by having sex. Some people make videos with consummate skill. I am still learning the art and craft of it. It is also used to mean to complete an agreement by signing a contract, for example. This word is based on Latin consumate, meaning to finish, to sum up. Hindrance. A hindrance is something or someone that makes it difficult for you to do something. A kind of an obstruction, a snag, an obstacle, or an impediment. For example, her poor English is a major hindrance to her success. Without hindrance is a very nice phrase. For example, you will be allowed to work here without hindrance. Nobody will disturb you. Some unskilled person in your team or group or office may be more of a hindrance than a help. People these days discuss whether technology is a help or a hindrance. What do you think? Someone's laziness might prove a hindrance to his success. The verb form is hinder. For example, a lack of command of English may hinder your progress. Something may hinder a recovery, an attempt, an investigation, an operation, development, etc. In some books, hinder is written as a synonym of prevent, but actually they are totally different. Prevent means to stop, whereas hinder just makes it difficult for you to progress. It doesn't stop. Prudential. If you describe someone as prudential, you mean that he or she is careful, sensible, wise, and avoids unnecessary risks. For example, if you are starting a new project, you need to make prudential decisions about what to buy, from where to buy, and at what price. If you want to succeed financially, you need to have a prudential approach to managing your money. Joining hands with that company is a prudential move. Another word for prudential is prudent. In life, prudent choices lead to lasting joy and happiness. Prudent investments will yield long-term benefits and it will secure financial well-being. It's always prudent to book tickets in advance. Every prudent teacher knows what activities students like. The noun form is prudence, ability to make good judgments. What we need is a perfect blend of prudence and innovation. I admire his financial prudence. Well, I hope you will act prudently and share my video with your friends and family. Ubiquitous. If something is ubiquitous, it is everywhere, omnipresent, pervasive, all over. For example, the desire for power is universal and ubiquitous in human beings. Think about anything which is everywhere. For instance, if you go to a shopping mall, security cameras are ubiquitous. What else? Plastic containers are ubiquitous nowadays. YouTube videos are ubiquitous. Smartphones are ubiquitous. Apple's logo, for example, a bitten apple, that is also ubiquitous. The noun is ubiquity. The ubiquity of smartphones is undeniable. I was surprised to see the ubiquity of beauty parlors in this region. This word is derived from the Latin word ubique, meaning everywhere. Ubi means where. Sometimes this word is used humorously also. For instance, stupidity is ubiquitous in his family. I hope this word helps you. Ubiquitous. Thank you very much. Infallible. You might have heard a statement people often use. We are all fallible. To err is human. That means nobody is perfect. Everyone makes a mistake at some time or other. So fallible means capable of making a mistake or liable to be erroneous. The opposite of fallible is infallible, never wrong or incapable of making an error. For instance, someone may have an infallible memory. Some particular remedy may be infallible. It doesn't fail to produce the desired results. Try to understand the phrase not infallible. Here the double negative makes it affirmative. Not infallible suggests likely to make a mistake. For instance, I have been studying English for more than 2 decades now, but I am not infallible. That means I do make mistakes sometimes. This word is based on a Latin root falle, means to deceive. I hope you will be infallible in your pursuit of language learning. Flabbergasted. As you know, the English language is rich in vocabulary. Certain words appeal to you just because of the way they sound. One such word is this, flabbergasted. It means extremely surprised or shocked. When I heard the news, I was flabbergasted. I was speechless with amazement. When you watch someone's excellent performance, you can say, I am flabbergasted by the performance. Someone may drastically change their behavior. You can say your transformation has flabbergasted me and everyone around me. I was flabbergasted at his sudden rise or overnight success. Your statement leaves me flabbergasted. I find it absolutely flabbergasting that you call me a liar. This word can also be used to describe some natural scene. For example, the view from the top of the hill was flabbergasting. This word is perhaps made up of 2 words. Flabby means fat and aghast means shocked or surprised. I hope you never get flabbergasted when someone uses advanced vocabulary words. Sagacious. If you are sagacious, you are wise and intelligent. You have keen perception and foresight. And so you have the ability to make good judgments. You definitely expect your leaders to be sagacious. If I was fighting a legal battle, I would hire a sagacious lawyer. The adverb is sagaciously. You need to manage your finances sagaciously for long-term growth. The noun form is sagacity. For example, I was impressed by her sagacity in decision making. Sagacity is a valuable trait in effective leadership. He is a man of great political sagacity. I can accept you as a leader if you show sagacity, integrity, and generosity. This word is based on Latin sagax, meaning wise, quick in understanding. I hope you'll become sagacious after watching my videos on vocabulary. Waffle. I bet you have eaten a waffle, a flat cake marked with a pattern of squares. Some people may wear a t-shirt with a waffle pattern on it. But do you know that waffle is a verb too? If someone uses a lot of words but says nothing important, you can say, "Can you please stop waffling and get to the point?" Some presenters, leaders, and public speakers, when they don't know the answer, they keep waffling on. It's no use waffling on for a long time. The audience will get bored. This word is also used when someone is not able to make up their mind. They are indecisive. They tend to waffle. This word is based on either the Dutch word wof or wof, meaning to yelp, to bark, or the Scottish word waff, meaning to flutter, the act of waving. Probably this information will help you to remember the meaning vague or indecisive or uncertain. Pronounce. Apparently it is an easy word, but it has many interesting features. The primary meaning is to say a word in a particular way. Here when it is used as a verb, it has N-O-U-N, that is noun. So it is spoken as pronounce. But its noun form has a different spelling and sound. It has N-U-N, so it is spoken as pronunciation, pronunciation. Now another meaning of this pronounce is to declare something officially. For instance, a judge may pronounce a judgment or a sentence. He may pronounce someone guilty. The government may pronounce some new policy officially, or a doctor may pronounce somebody dead. When pronounce is used in this sense, the noun form is pronouncement. And you might have heard in real life or in movies a priest at a wedding at a church saying, "I now pronounce you man and wife." So I hope this word is clear to you. Pronounce and pronunciation. Unpretentious. To understand this word, let's begin with the verb pretend. When you pretend, you deliberately behave as though something is true when actually it is not true. You may pretend just for fun or sometimes to deceive someone. Children sometimes pretend that they are asleep, but actually they are awake. Sometimes people pretend ignorance of the situation to avoid any kind of blame or to avoid discussion. The noun form is pretense, meaning a particular type of behavior to deceive people. The adjective is pretentious. Pretentious people try to show that they are smarter or more important or more intelligent than the others. Someone may have a pretentious style of writing, so they use three difficult words, where a simple word, just one word is enough. The opposite is unpretentious, simple and not trying to impress anyone. It's a good quality. For instance, he is an unpretentious scientist. People in villages, the country folk, are usually simple and unpretentious. I hope you are and will remain unpretentious all your life. Surreptitious. Surreptitious means done secretly, clandestine. In some companies, some staff members always have some secret conversations. So they have surreptitious conversations. When you want to look at someone without being noticed, you might cast a surreptitious glance. Sometimes you do things sneakily, stealthily, secretly, because you don't want anyone to know about it. So you do things surreptitiously. For example, someone is talking with you and you don't like that. You want to get rid of him, but because he's a very senior person, you can't stop him. But you want to know the time. Then what do? You surreptitiously look at your watch without being noticed. The noun form is surreptitiousness. This word is based on Latin roots sub meaning from under and repair meaning to seize. That means to take secretly. Etymology. I'm sure you remember the word quarantine. Unfortunately, we all know that word because of this recent pandemic. But do you know the origin of this word? Well, this word comes from the Italian expression 40 giorni, which means 40 days. It was used during the time of the Black Death to refer to the practice of isolating ships and their crews for 40 days to prevent the spread of the disease. Now from that, we have a word in English, quarantine. Now this type of study is called etymology, the study of the origin and history of words. It explores how words have been borrowed, adapted, or changed from the original languages. Let me give you an example, a Latin root specere, which means to see or look at. Now think of the words that we have based on the same root, like spectacles, it was a nice spectacle, perspective, aspect, spectators, inspect, inspector, inspection, introspection, retrospection, and there are so many. Now you think about the words based on the Latin root portus. It means harbor or haven. Write in the comment whatever words you know based on that word. Thank you very much. Congenial means pleasant, warm, friendly, agreeable, or having a similar disposition, tastes, etc. It's a very positive word. Those who are tech savvy might understand this word better if they know that it is compatible. A congenial person or place or environment is pleasant. Let's see some examples. Creating a congenial atmosphere in the classroom is crucial. Her congenial smile brightened the entire room. It's important to build congenial relationships with people around you. If you have congenial colleagues, you are lucky. You can perform better in congenial surroundings. This word is made up of two Latin roots. Con means together and genialis means of birth. So basically it means having the same or similar natures or characteristics. A congenial couple is likely to be happy. The adverb is congenially. Some people talk with strangers congenially or smile congenially. And the noun form is congeniality. I was impressed by his congeniality. Vicarious. Vicarious means experiencing something indirectly or through someone else. It is often used when you feel the emotions or sensations of someone else's experiences as if they were your own. Vicarious pleasure, satisfaction, excitement, etc. Imagine you have a friend who is an adventurous traveler. He goes on exciting trips to far-off places and has amazing experiences. When he tells you about his adventures, you feel a vicarious sense of adventure. This word is derived from the Latin word vicis, meaning change. So the core meaning of vicarious is rooted in the idea of taking the place of another. Now you try to find out the meaning of vicarious liability, and please write in the comment whatever you have found out. Sycophantic. I am sure you know some people who keep praising others who are powerful or rich or important or hold some high positions. So such people want to be in good books of those in power and take advantage of their positions. They are always eager to curry favor with superiors, leaders. Such people are called sycophants. Political leaders are often surrounded by such people. Sycophantic is an adjective. For example, he is a sycophantic journalist. Some people show sycophantic devotion to their superiors. The noun form is sycophancy. You can say, my boss has called me to give my opinion on his work, on his report. And I hate sycophancy, so I'm going to call a spade a spade. That means I'll tell the truth, come what may. I hope this word is clear now. Let me end this video with a humble suggestion. Beware of sycophants. Serendipity. Has it ever happened to you that you are looking for something and by chance you find something else, something which is valuable or interesting? This is called serendipity. With me it's usual. I may be looking for a particular book in my library and I find an old useful tool or some important paper. A true serendipity. If you think about it, what you are today is actually the result of your luck and serendipity. Many things in our life happen by chance, don't they? The adjective form is serendipitous. Even scientists sometimes make a serendipitous discovery. Someone may say, my life is full of adventures and serendipitous discoveries or surprises. The adverb is serendipitously. Well, interestingly, this word was coined by Horace Walpole. Serendip is a place in the fairy tale, The Three Princes of Serendip. In this story, the heroes always make discoveries by chance, by accident. By the way, how did you come by this video? Was it a serendipitous discovery? Please write in the comment below. Susceptible. If you are susceptible to something, you are easily affected or vulnerable. This word can be used in the context of emotions, illnesses, or influences. You may be susceptible to allergies, some food items, or peer pressure. Children are often susceptible. They get influenced very easily. Most people are susceptible to flattery. The noun form is susceptibility. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your susceptibilities, means feelings. Now let's study the etymology of this word. This word comes from the Latin verb suscipere, meaning to take up, and sub means under, from below. So etymologically, if you see, susceptible can be understood as something that can be taken up from below or capable of being influenced or affected by something. Are you susceptible to something? Please write in the comment below. Sanguine. If you are sanguine about something, you are positive, cheerful, and confident about it. You believe everything will be alright, that things will happen in the way you want them to. For example, I am sanguine about my new project. Even in difficult times, you must hold on to a sanguine view of the future so that you can overcome obstacles with grace and resilience. Sanguine also refers to a reddish color. For example, somebody may have a sanguine complexion, blood red. Now let's study the etymology of this word. This word is based on the Latin root sanguis, which means blood. Sanguine originally referred to a personality type characterized by a ruddy complexion. But over time, it evolved to mean optimistic, positive in outlook. Watching my videos will certainly leave you feeling sanguine about enhancing your word power. And I sanguinely hope that you will write in the comment below what you are sanguine about. To eulogise means to praise or extol someone or something, typically in a formal and public manner. When you eulogise someone, you are speaking or writing in a highly positive and appreciative manner about them, highlighting their virtues, qualities, accomplishments, or the positive impact they have had. For example, the newspaper article eulogized the Prime Minister for his commendable work. A eulogist is someone who gives a speech containing great praise, especially for someone who has recently died. The adjective form is eulogistic. His eulogistic words moved everyone present. The adverb is eulogistically. He speaks eulogistically about his former team leaders. The opposite of eulogize is criticize or condemn. The word eulogize has its origin in the Greek word eulogia, which means praise or blessing. Quotidian. Quotidian means ordinary, mundane, or happening every day. For example, mobile phones have become part of our quotidian life. Watching the series on Netflix is my quotidian ritual. It is impossible to avoid the quotidian traffic in this part of the city. Creative artists try to find the extraordinary in the quotidian, or they find inspiration in quotidian details and then turn them into extraordinary works of art. This word is also used for a disease. For example, quotidian fever. The adverb is quotidianly. For example, I read Harry Potter quotidianly to escape into the world of magic. And the noun form is quotidianness. Her smile brightened the quotidianness of this office. This word is based on the French word quotidie, meaning every day. About my work, I can say teaching English via videos is my quotidian joy. What is your quotidian joy? Please write in the comment below. Ineffable. Ineffable means indescribable, too extraordinary to be put into words or beyond expression. Watching a beautiful sunset can evoke an ineffable sense of awe and wonder. Imagine holding a newborn baby in your arms. The feeling of joy that you experience is truly ineffable. When I visited the Salazar Museum for the first time, I was struck by its ineffable collection. Ineffable can also describe something that is beyond comprehension or understanding. For example, the complexity of the universe can be quite ineffable to those without a scientific background. The adverb form is ineffably. For example, the music at the concert moved me ineffably, bringing tears to my eyes. And the noun form is ineffability. For example, the ineffability of love makes it a mysterious force. This word originates from ineffabilis, which means too great or too sacred to be spoken. Helping students achieve their language goals brings me ineffable satisfaction. What brings you ineffable satisfaction? Please share in the comment below. Mellifluous or mellifluous. Mellifluous means pleasantly smooth and sweet. It is often used to praise the pleasant and melodious quality of speech or music. For example, Lata Mangeshkar, she had a mellifluous voice, honeyed voice. Her mellifluous voice often captivated the audience. Some poets' poetry can also be described as mellifluous. For example, John Keats, his romantic and lyrical style often creates a beautiful and flowing quality in his verses. The adverb is mellifluously. The birds were singing mellifluously yesterday evening. Now let's study the etymology of this word. This word mellifluous comes from the Latin word mellifluous, which is actually made up of two words. Mel meaning honey and fleur meaning to flow. Therefore, when you say something is mellifluous, you are essentially saying it flows like honey, emphasizing its sweet and soothing quality. Is there anyone in your circle whose voice is mellifluous? Please write in the comment below and also tag that person. Superfluous means exceeding what is necessary or required. Surplus or redundant, extra. For example, I like a simple house with no superfluous decoration. Suppose someone unnecessarily gave a detailed explanation. You can say the next day, your long explanation yesterday was superfluous. A simple yes or no would have sufficed. There are two noun forms. One is superfluousness and second is superfluity. Now both these words are about having too much of something, but superfluousness is about something being unnecessary, and superfluity is about having an excess, surplus of something. The adverb is superfluously. He spends his money superfluously, buying things he doesn't really need. Now let's see the etymology. The word superfluous comes from the Latin super means excess, extra, over, and fleur meaning to flow. I hope the meaning is clear now. If I say more about this, it will be superfluous. Quixotic. Let's learn how to pronounce this word. This word has three syllables, quick, sot, and ic, and the stress is on the second syllable, Quixotic. The word Quixotic is an adjective. It means exceedingly idealistic, impractical, unrealistic, or even foolish. This word comes from the character Don Quixote, the protagonist of a Spanish writer's novel, a humorous novel, Don Quixote or Don Quixote. This character Don Quixote wants to be a knight like the characters in old stories, but when he tries to copy their actions or behaviors or adventures, he makes many silly mistakes, stupid mistakes. So if there is a project which is unusual, totally different but impractical, then we can say it's a Quixotic project. Such a project may be based on unreasonable hopes of improving the world. The adverb is quixotically. He is quixotically determined to change the world. Thank you very much. I hope my project is not quixotic. Rejuvenate. Rejuvenate is easy to understand if you know that it is based on the Latin word rejuvenare. Here re meaning again and juvenis in Latin means young. So literally if you say it means to make young again. So if something rejuvenates you, it makes you feel young, fresh and full of vitality again. For example, after a good night's sleep, I feel rejuvenated. Certain Ayurvedic treatments can help rejuvenate your skin, making you look years younger. The adjective is rejuvenated to describe something that has been refreshed or renewed. For example, the rejuvenated public library now attracts more visitors than ever before. The noun form is rejuvenation. The rejuvenation of the party's image requires a complete rebranding campaign. Many people these days attend detoxification and rejuvenation programs. What rejuvenates you? Please write in the comment below. Poignant. Let's begin with the pronunciation of this word. It has two syllables, poi and nyant, and the stress falls on the first syllable. In the second syllable, it has the sound y, but it doesn't have the letter y or I, as one would normally expect. But that's English. About the meaning, something that is poignant makes you feel sad and affects you deeply. It's an adjective. For instance, there are many poignant stories, love stories with sad endings. In some movies, there are poignant scenes, leaving the entire audience in tears. The word poignant comes from the old French word poindre, which means to prick or to sting. If something is poignant, it pierces you emotionally. You might feel a sharp pain, for example, a poignant realization or poignant grief. The poignancy of the novel's ending left me teary-eyed. The adverb is poignantly. He sang the song poignantly. Do you remember any poignant story or movie or a novel? Please write in the comment below. I am your friend Dharmendra Sheth, founder Fluent Lingua, Surat.